Today I'm going to show you how to work this arches pattern. You can see we've got arches of chains anchored with single crochet stitches. It's really quite simple. Looks pretty nice on both sides. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. So here I've got a foundation chain already begun. This is a chain 18. And I'm going to begin row 1, which is our right side row, with 1 SC in second chain from hook. So remember, don't count this loop that's on your hook. That does not count as a chain. That's my first chain from hook, and here's my second chain from hook. So I'm going to work 1 SC right in that chain. Then I'm going to chain 4. This is where the pattern repeat begins. So chain 4, skip next 3 chain, and then 1 SC in next chain. So I'm going to count across here, 1, 2, 3. I've skipped those. I'm going to put my thumb in the 4th chain. That's where I'm going to work my stitch. So 1 SC in the next chain, and then I repeat to the end of the chain. So I'm going to chain 4, skip 3 chains from my foundation chain, 1, 2, 3, and in that 4th one I'm going to work my SC. Chain 4, skip 3 chains, 1 SC in next chain. One more time, I'm going to chain 3, chain 4, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in my last chain I'm going to work 1 SC. And so that's it for row 1. You can already see we've got arches forming here. Now I'm going to turn my work for the second row, and that's going to begin with a chain 5. Now that chain 5 counts as 1 double crochet stitch and a chain 3. And that's not really apparent until we come back around and get to the end of the next row. So let's not worry about that. For now, we just leave our chain 5 and then 1 SC in the first chain 4 space. So this is my first chain 4 space, and I'm going to work an SC. I'm just going to insert my hook right under that chain 4. So it's just this big space here. We're not working into the chain, we're working into the chain 4 space. So I've worked 1 SC there, and now my repeat begins. It's a chain 4, just as before, and then 1 SC in the next chain 4 space. So I'm skipping over to this space and working 1 SC. Chain 4, 1 SC in next chain 4 space. So it's really quite quick because we're just making chains and then working into these chain spaces, which is much easier than inserting your hook into a stitch. So I'm repeating that to my last SC. My last SC is over here. I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to work a double crochet in that last stitch. Let me make sure I'm getting in the right place. Sometimes I like to flip the work and look at the front of the stitch. I find it easier to recognize than when you're looking at the back of the stitch. So this is where I'm working my last stitch, which is a double crochet. So first I need to yarn over the hook before inserting into my stitch. Drop a loop, yarn over hook, draw through 2 loops on hook, yarn over hook, draw through 2 loops on hook. So that's my double crochet, and that's the end of my row 2. So we just have one more row to work for the pattern to repeat. So the last 2 rows are going to form our pattern. So this is the 3rd row. I'm going to begin with a chain 1. Now I just worked that chain 1 at the end of my row. It really doesn't matter if you chain 1 and then turn, or turn and then chain 1. It's the very same thing. So for my third row, I've got my chain 1 turning chain, then I'm going to work 1 SC in the first DC. Then I'm going to skip this chain 3 space, and I'm going to chain 4, and 1 SC in the next chain 4 space. And that's my repeat. I'm chaining 4, 3, 4, 1 SC in next chain 4 space. So it's just as before. The only difference between our second and third row is the way we begin and end the rows, and that's what creates the staggering of the arches. And so now I've worked into my last chain 4 space, and I've got a chain 5 space at the end here. I'm going to chain 4, and then work 1 SC in the second chain of my chain 5. So there's my first, there's my second chain. I'm going to work an SC in there, and that's the end of the third row. And that's all there is to it. If you repeat the second and third row over and over, that's what forms our arches pattern.